Pepper plants can stay alive for many, many years if they live in the proper climate. And yes, you can overwinter your peppers and keep them alive for years and years, even if you live in a cold climate like we do. Now, the benefits of this seem obvious. You don't have to plant from seed the following season, and many people promise that you can get bigger yields and bigger pepper plants from those overwintered peppers. But are there any drawbacks? Yes. Yes, there are. So in this video, I want to share some of the benefits and tips for people who do want to overwinter their peppers, but more importantly, I'll cover some hard truths about overwintering that you don't often hear. So let's start with the benefits. The obvious benefit is that you don't have to let your plants go to waste. They don't need to die at the end of the season. And if there's a particular plant that you really fell in love with during the year, you can keep that exact specimen alive for another year or even several. This is probably the main argument I would give in favor of overwintering. Other than it just being sort of a fun project, it really is about keeping a specific plant with genetics that you really like. Maybe it has a great flavor or just a perfect heat level, and you don't want that to get lost. Overwintering is a way to guarantee that you have the same plant the following year. The other major benefit is that you might get a better yield from that plant the following season. The idea here is pretty sound. The plant should be larger and have a better head start going into the spring than those that you've planted from seed. But as hopeful as you might be for this, it definitely isn't always the case. So let's move on to some of the drawbacks to overwintering. And the first is that some of your plants that you try to overwinter are probably going to die in the process. Peppers are pretty resilient, so they can survive the process of overwintering, but it is very traumatic, especially if you go to the lengths that we recommend for overwintering. In order to reduce the chances of bringing pests into your house, we recommend removing the soil entirely, or at least drenching the soil in some form of insecticide to prevent that problem. And that really causes stress in the plants, and in some cases it can be enough to kill the plant. If they do survive that traumatic experience and you get them inside safely, the conditions you put them in also matter. If it does get too cold, or if there's no light at all, the plants may end up dying anyway during the winter. Another major drawback with overwintering is pests, and it's very likely that you'll bring pests, or at least eggs that can hatch into pests, indoors with your plants if you're not careful. So we do recommend taking some pretty drastic measures, like I said, to reduce the possibility of bringing pests indoors, because indoor pest problems are no fun. They can potentially spread to other houseplants or even other pepper plants in the early spring and affect those plants from early on. And it's really no fun if you do end up with an infestation. You'll probably need to spray them with some form of insecticide because you don't have any predators that could eat those pests for you like you do outdoors. And even if those pests do stay on your overwintered pepper plant, that plant is going to be affected as soon as you bring it outdoors, and likely before that. So those pests are likely to do damage to the plant itself before it even gets back outside. And the last major truth that I want to sort of talk about here that you usually don't hear too much about, and in fact, sometimes you hear the opposite of this in overwintering videos, but that is that sometimes your plants will actually be stunted when it comes time to bring them back outdoors. Despite being promised a larger plant that will have a head start in the spring, it's easy for overwintered peppers to become root bound in the smaller containers that you're storing them in over the winter. They don't stop growing. After all, the idea is to keep them alive, so those root systems can continue to sort of encircle in the pots, causing them to become stunted. And if you don't do anything about it when it comes time to transplant outdoors, the plants may just stay about the same size, and even though they're alive, they're not going to give you a huge yield. So the promise of a bigger plant with a huge head start in the spring isn't always true, and if you're not careful and you don't check the root system and maybe tease it apart early in the spring, your overwintered peppers may just end up being the smallest peppers in your garden. So now with all of this in mind, what can you do to mitigate the risk of overwintering and try to maximize your benefits? For one, try to reduce the trauma on your plants as much as possible through the process of overwintering. You can remove all the soil, which we do recommend for reducing pest problems, but you don't have to, and instead you can just drench the soil in an insecticide, and that should reduce the chances of the plant dying in that process. Next, just make sure you keep the plant in a suitable location. We like our basement, which stays between 50 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And the plants don't grow too much down there, but they also won't die to the cold weather. A garage is a little more susceptible. It doesn't have any insulation. And if it gets really cold and well below freezing, it's pretty likely that your plants might die. And make sure that they get some light. We don't have much light in our basement, but we do have some natural light coming through a couple of the windows, and that should be enough just to keep the plant alive without totally starving it of light. And lastly, when it's time to move the plant back outside in the spring, make sure you up-pot it into a much larger container. And while you're doing so, check the root system and make sure that it's not overly root bound. And if it is, consider teasing it apart slightly and even making a cut down the side of the root system to encourage new growth. So the bottom line, and this is how we feel about overwintering, 99% of the peppers that we grow are grown from seed at the beginning of the spring. All of our biggest and most productive peppers through all of our seasons have all been grown from seed, not overwintered peppers. And we've really struggled to get those results that people promise from overwintering, which is a larger plant with more peppers. Now, a lot of you are probably overwintering your peppers right now. Maybe you watched our video on how to overwinter peppers, got excited, and thought it would be a fun project. That's kind of the whole point. I think it's a good way to keep gardening alive over the winter, keep your green thumb going, keep you excited about what's to come in the following year. And again, maybe you just have a special plant that you didn't want to let go. So definitely overwinter if you want to, but you can also consider some other options. If you just want to keep the genetics of a plant alive, there are other options like propagating peppers from cuttings. You can just take a few cuttings from each of your plants, put them in some water and wait for roots to sprout, and then plant those cuttings and you'll have a clone of the original plant. Or the simplest thing you can do is just save your own seeds and learn how to properly store them. We have a video all about how to save pepper seeds if you're interested here. So let me know what I might have missed down in the comments below. I know there are a lot of people who love overwintering and swear by it. We've heard from people who have peppers that are over 10 years old by just overwintering them every season, and that's pretty cool. Thanks so much for watching Pepper Geek, and I'll see you next time.